What's going on, everybody? Hanging out here in Sophia's Pond. We are in the front of the old Kamp Kenan, and we are focusing in on our Geoclemys hamiltoni, which is the Indian spotted turtle. They're found, of course, through India. They're found in Pakistan. This is a freshwater turtle. They get pretty big. I've always loved these turtles. They're very hardy. They live in cool streams that are fed by the Himalayas, actually, so they're quite cold tolerant. They do very well here in Florida. They're an endangered species. Most of these came from my friend Maurice Rodriguez. I'm holding on to them. They're a long-term breeding loan. We have a little peninsula cooter there who's gonna graduate soon to go into the big pond. But yeah, I love these hamiltoni. They're really, really cool. Hardy eaters, very cool animals. They've been living out here in the camp. Here's a little Cor ambienensis just wandering around the stream right now. Let's see if we can find some more of these hamiltoni. Let's have a look-see, shall we? I know we got quite a group of them, and they're really neat because they wander around on land as well as being aquatic. In fact, last night during a rainstorm, I happened to see one wandering around here eating some of the mango that had fallen. So that's pretty cool. So they do use quite a lot of this enclosure, but why am I out here? Well, I was doing my normal investigating here, as I do, and I looked in this leaf basket here, which I check every single day, and what did I find, friends? But a baby Geoclemys hamiltoni, and you can see just how beautiful they are when they hatch. This is, of course, a hatchling. I found him inside the leaf basket here in the skimmer. It is amazing. This is a little turtle that I've always wanted to hatch. Now, I really didn't do much. Obviously, I wasn't able to find the eggs, and they hatched. So I don't know how many hatched, but we did find this little guy. It is brand new to the world, and I'm very, very excited about this. The little guys are going to eat small invertebrates. They're going to eat pellets as they get older. These guys are more carnivorous than our aquatics as they get older, but they do very well in captivity. And look at how small this one is. Oh my gosh. Now the little babies here, I'm sure we've got more in here, friends. I just don't know where they might be. But it was such a treat to get this one. So of course I pulled it out, and we're gonna raise it up, and we're gonna keep this little species going. But there are so many places for small turtles to hide in this environment here, in this ecosystem that we have. You can see we got a boiling jet right there, and that's kind of keeping the bottom of the pond clean. It's just agitating everything. But looking at this, guys, there are so many places that a little baby can conceal itself and hide and feel safe. We've got all this little vegetation, but of course you got to be careful because the larger turtles could potentially eat these guys. So I am just giving it a once over here, just kind of investigating, because it is so cool that I found this guy. Obviously they hatch, and what happens is they don't realize the current is as strong as it is, and so the turtles do get washed down into the skimmer, and you do have to get there quick, because if you don't, you could potentially have babies that have drowned. So I do find babies in here every so often. We know that life happens and things do take place here at the old camp, where you do get these babies just hatching out naturally in the ground, which I think is amazing. So my detective work here is thinking, well, these guys, if it was in this pond, it probably hatched close to this pond. So it's a good idea for me to keep looking around. Let's go check out the stream, because I think that would be a really good spot for a baby turtle to hide. Now, hold on. We're just gonna have a look. We got all these Emodura sublagosa, our pink belly side necks. I'm looking under crevices to see if we see anything that remotely resembles one of these turtles. Now, a few days ago, you guys remember we did get those baby green iguanas. Leo said he saw a baby green iguana all the way over by our driveway, which is kind of neat. So that means they're dispersing. So who knows what's happening with our turtles. And again, a little creature like this can completely be obscured by so much of this vegetation and rocks and so on. So I'm really just kind of having a peek to see if we have any more. They kind of, you don't see them often. If they don't want to be seen, they can remain hidden. But let's go over here. I love this kind of stuff though. Let's see how this guy does in this little, see this, he can swim very nicely in there. Oh my gosh, he's going against that current. He's fighting against that little current. It is so cool though to see how well they kind of can blend into the pebbles and rocks. Let's have him, just look at this, see where he goes. He's gonna, of course, look for cover immediately. That is so awesome that these guys hide out so well in this environment. Now this stream is really perfect habitat for a little baby. He's fighting that current pretty well, don't you think? And that's exactly where I was going to lift up this rock to look for others. Look at that. See, he just wants to burrow in to this dollar grass we've got. I would love to find more of these. I think they're adorable. And again, this is a turtle that I've always wanted to hatch. Now, clearly I did not hatch it, but it hatched in situ, or it hatched in the wild. Very, very cool though. I'm stoked. Let's keep it going as we explore. Now, one of the other cool things, look at all these mangoes that have been eaten. These are all mango seeds that have been nibbled on by our turtles. Let's look in here. My goodness, what do we got in there? Anything? Nothing. Nothing in there. This is kind of a cool dead area though. There's no current. Let's see him swimming here. Oh, that's awesome. So small. It's amazing that even one of these can make it to adulthood, you know, in the wild. And we've talked about this before. Reptiles will, ooh, there goes a fallen mango. You don't want to get hit by a fallen mango, people, let me tell you. But it's amazing that they can survive. Reptiles will most reptiles lay quite a few eggs as a survival tactic because they know that most of their babies will get eaten up. But this little one, we're gonna raise up nicely. And we do have some juveniles in here that I have gotten before. So it's funny, you don't see them, and then every once in a while, boom, there they are. And they're bigger. We got this fence that goes around the enclosure and keeps everybody in. But again, like, the turtles can wander and they can hide under these logs, wait for a good rainstorm before they can move. That's important for them as well. They like to move when the humidity is up, and it works out pretty well. So let me check something else. Sometimes we've got this kind of area here that could potentially be a trap, but no, nobody's in there. There's the curly-tail lizard. I don't see anybody in there. No little hatchlings have made it into that, so that's good news. Let's shut this thing here, just obscure it with our rock. There's a valve in there that I can drain the ponds with. Now let's look over here. Sometimes I find turtles that have gotten pulled in to this vault as well, but I'm not seeing any.
Thank you to all our loyal Patreon members out there who have helped to create an amazing reptile community online with us. This week's shout out goes to Tony and Carter Mendoza.
So there you have it. But yeah, we've got baby Geoclemys hamiltoni. So amazing. And the adults, just really cool. They lose a lot of their coloration as they get older, but in my opinion, still a cool animal. There we go. We've got a pretty good group of them. We've got 2 males and 5 females, and boy, are they awesome. Just a really hardy, as I mentioned, species that does well here in South Florida. I don't have to worry about them at all. Let's get some food out here for these guys and see if we can pull everyone up. Get some of our Fluker buffet blend. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty good lid, huh? Let's get it all out there. I love finding babies. It is the coolest thing. Here's a little red belly, Florida red belly, and then a peninsular cooter. And there they go. Oh, look, here they come. So we've got 3 of these Hamiltoni popping up here for some food. Like I said, just really amazing, especially when you have an endangered species doing so well here at the camp and reproducing. That just shows you they're happy here, their needs are met, and they're doing their job. They're making more of themselves. So very, very cool. And I'm happy, man. I love it. I like finding baby turtles. But it's so funny, I'll find them accidentally, and then when I go out looking for them, I can never find them. Oh, shout out to John Phillips. I'm wearing my Jaws t-shirt. He got me a Jaws t-shirt. 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws. Such a cool movie. Scared the living bejesus out of me when I was a kid. But yeah, anyhow, what we've got here are some Jaws eating some pellets. Very, very good to see these guys doing their thing, man. I love it. So the care is very similar to other aquatic turtles. Good filtration. Being that they're large, they're going to need a lot of room. So these guys can wander between the 2 ponds that we have out here in the front yard. Sophia's pond and our original aquascape ecosystem pond. And you know, like I said, they wander. They are going to eat vegetation as well as animal matter, protein, animal protein, but they will eat fruits, as we've mentioned, because they like the mangoes, and that's pretty cool too. Seeing those guys do that, it's fun to see a whole wide range of their behaviors. This just never gets old, does it? Tiny little baby. I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's so incredible that we get to see this from time to time here at the camp. That's just amazing. So from this gets to that, and then of course an even larger adult Hamiltoni. What do you say? Let's get this little one back in its nursery. It's a very simple setup. You guys have seen it before. We got a very simple setup for them, and we'll just raise them up. We've got all kinds of mosquito larvae and water nymphs, which are basically dragonfly larvae. They will nibble away on those, plus some freshwater shrimp. That's really good as well. So pretty stoked. Let's go. It's a short walk. Our bamboo's doing good. Starting to put some new shoots up, which is nice. Our little wall we get to wander on, which is nice. So yeah, camp's coming along. We're in summer. It's finally, we need more rain though, because things are just dry. It's not done the normal Florida rain every day at 4 p.m. yet, which is concerning because we really rely on that to keep the water table up for our animals. Okay, we're in the off display area. Again, this is such a simple habitat, guys. It is really simple for this baby. There are a couple of little baby yellow belly sliders in here as well. But yeah, this is just, whoop, he's gonna get right into that algae. Look at that. And that's where he's gonna hide. But also in the wild, the algae's got small snails. It's got all the larvae in it. So that's a place where this animal is going to have all of its needs met. Security, food, all in one. So they just burrow into it and rely on camouflage to not be seen. The turtle that is not seen is the turtle that survives. What do you say? What do you know? Whew, there you go. Well, anyway, just a really cool little updated video here for you to let you know what's going on with our Geoclemys hamiltoni, or the Indian spotted turtle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love finding little babies. I hope you guys love seeing them. Who knows? I'll let you know if we find any more. That is for sure. Kind of rhyme. Thanks again to John Phillips. I love my shirt. All right, everyone, that's it. I'll see you again real soon. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Kamp Kenan for more content and live video with me every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. All right, guys, talk to you later. He's still nestling in to his green bed. See you guys.